Hello guys. Today we are going to continue talking about routine, but this time we are going to talk about routine line sharing, which is a very important concept in the game. To do so, let's go to the tactics page. Here we are. In the formation, we have three lines, basically three lines. One line is formed by the players here at the back and the goalkeeper, so from here and before. Other line is formed by the defensive midfielders and the midfielders, the space here. And the third line is formed by the offensive midfielders and the strikers. The player was here, for example, this space here. Okay? The players can share routine within these lines. For example, I play in different formations. Sometimes I play like this, sometimes I play like this. Okay, but let's suppose that I'm playing like this. My best lineup would be with this guy here, this one here. Yeah, I think it's right. Yes, this guy is suspended, but let's suppose that he is not. So this is my best lineup at the moment. The player with highest routine in each line is able to share routine with the player with lowest routine in the line. Okay? So in the defensive line, for example, the player with highest routine for me is the goalkeeper. He has 99.9. Then he can share his routine with the player with lowest routine, which in my case right now is this guy, this defender, okay? He can share 25% of the routine. Then since he has 99.9, it's more or less 25 points. Then this player, he has 23.4, but he would actually play with, I'm gonna quickly do it in my calculator, could be 48.4 if I sum 25 here. But there is a limit, upper limit, which is 40. He cannot get more than 40 from the routine line share. Then he would not play like with 48.4, but actually with 40 routine, okay? Then this player will play like this. In the other line, in this one, for example, this is my most experienced player. He has 57.7. Then he can share 25%, which is 14.4 routine. He would share with this guy, which is the one with the lowest routine in this line, okay? Then this guy would get, in total, could be 42, but since there is this upper limit of 40, he will play with 40 routine, okay? The same happens here. This guy shares 25% with this, which is also be playing with 40. This one is very close to 40, actually, okay? But now imagine that I put this guy to play in my defense, replacing this one, for example. Now, my goalkeeper will not share his routine with this one anymore because this one is no longer the one with the lowest routine. Now he's going to share with this one who has only zero point 0.2 routine. Okay? Then this one would play with zero point 0.2 plus 25, 25.2, right? Actually, no, because besides the upper limit of 40, there is an upper limit of the second player with with the lowest routine. So this player cannot play with 25.2 because there is other player, which is this one, which has only 23.4. Then this is the most that this player can obtain of routine. I may be a bit confusing, but I hope you can understand. So to summarize, the player with the highest routine shares 25% of its routine with the player with lowest routine. But this routine, after the share is absorbed, cannot go over 40 and cannot go over the routine of the second player with the lowest routine. Understand? I'll make other example here in the midfield line. I told you before that this player is getting routine from this one. So this one is playing with 40. If I put, for example, this winger to replace this one, let's suppose that this one is suspended. Then he is no longer the one sharing routine. Who's sharing now is this one, who has 53.9. Then 25%, I'm calculating here, would be 13.5. So he can send 13.5 to this guy because he has less routine than this one, okay? So this guy could play with 41. Since we have the top limit, he would play with 40. But the second guy with lowest routine is this one, okay, who has 30.6. Then instead of playing with 40, this guy will play with 30.6 only, due to the presence of this other one, okay? So this is important for you to know to decide when you're going to make your formation to try to get the best out of the line sharing routine. If you play two guys with low routine on the same line, you're not getting the most you could get. That's why I play the way I told you, having only one guy with low routine on each line. Here is this one, the only one under 40. Here is this one, and here is this one. Okay? For you to understand better, one more example is like this guy. If I don't consider the routine line sharing, this defender is better than this one. I'm not gonna open both profiles to save time. Just trust me now, okay? This one is better than this one because this one has much more routine. When I sum the effect and the skills, this one is better. But since I can make this one play with 40 points in routine, the effect of these 40 points in his skills make him better than this guy with the effect of his routine. Understand? Then if I play like this guy is the best option. But if I have other one with low routine here, then it will be better for me to put this guy here. Understand? So it can interfere a lot on your formation when you know how to use this routine line sharing effect. There is this script which allows me to see the effect of the routine line sharing on this page. It takes a while to load, so I usually leave it off. I just turn it on when I need to check something. But I left it open on a different tab here just to show you quickly. So this is when the script is activated. Okay, then here I can see the routine of the players here and inside the field too, something I couldn't see before, even on the bench, okay? This script has a lot more of information. You have to choose the captain, set pieces taker, and some other things here. But now, at this moment, I just wanted to show you that it allows you to see the routine, okay? In case you want, in case you find interesting, I can make a video in the future talking only about this script, as it has a lot of information. If you want it, let me know in the comments, okay? That's all for this video, guys. If you have questions, write them down below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. See you soon.